this.
Of course.
I appreciate it. Serious.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about like stuff that we just talk about when we're just hanging and stuff, you know? You let me listen to some of your stuff, and you did this. I was actually listening to it last night, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have PJ Morton, Kamasi Washington, all on your album. Yeah. Conversations? Yes. And who was it else? Alex Isley. There was just like so many people on your album, and I was like, everything was hitting. And I think you were playing it the other day too, right? And I was like, oh shit, who's that?
Yeah.
But anyways, you got your album, and then you just let me hear some stuff too. So what else you got going?
I got a new album coming out.
Oh, really?
And it's really a live video version of my original album, Conversations. So it's called Conversations Live.
Oh, interesting.
Featuring some...
Yeah?
Yeah, B. Slade, Peter Collins, Eddie Brown, Eric Walls.
Oh, wow.
Courtney
Okay.
Leonard.
Damn.
Sarah Reich tapping on there. Oh, wow, you don't see a lot of tap dance.
Oh, really?
A lot of stuff. Yeah, so it's an actual live video. It's video and album that'll be, on all the DSPs and all that. But
okay, so the music from Conversations is going to be in video form and like kind of like a
live concert, basically, like a live session in a studio, but with an audience.
Right,
to get the energy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I did it at East West Records. East West Studios.
Yeah,
in Hollywood.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So when did you do that recently?
I did it a long time ago. I did it 2022 in December of 2022. It took a minute because editing, and then it costs a lot of money. And I did basically a crowd fund, and then the rest came out of my pocket.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, damn. Yeah.
And then I got an angel that blessed me. A family member helped me out.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
A big portion?
Yeah. A nice amount. So I was able to find, it took that long to get everything paid off, and now I'm ready to, and get my business together. So, but because it's live music, I don't think there's really some music gets dated. Program music sometimes can feel dated because of the sounds that they use sonically. But with real instruments, it never really gets old. It's just us playing, And I use like Michael Jackson Thriller. When you play that album or Off the Wall, it sounds like it was recorded yesterday. It sounds fresh because there's real instruments on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if it would have been programmed with like some 80s drum machine, it would sound dated because, it's not the freshest, newest thing, but it doesn't sound so dated because it's real instruments playing as opposed to like a program DX7 or something. Excuse me.
No shit. I know. I can definitely hear the difference like right away. I'm just like, wait a second. Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't tripping off of putting the live out. I'm like, I'll put it out when it's time to put, when I have all my business straight and I can just put it out with a clear head. And really push it, and then start doing shows. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. I was thinking Conversations because like it's the conversations that you're having with the instruments they're having with each other, right? In back and forth. Yes, that's the conversations.
It's multiple meanings. It's conversations like this. I was just talking.
That too.
Yeah, and when I came up with the concept of Conversations, I thought about the most stuff that stuck with me as I was learning, as I was in college and high school or wherever I was playing in church, was somebody telling me something like, yo, you ever think about it like this when you playing? It's somebody actually I'm just having a conversation with somebody.
About the music.
Yeah, about music and the way to think of it. And that's a lot where my approach came. But also, we're having a nonverbal conversation on stage when we're playing.
With the instrument.
Yeah, because we just look at each other. And sometimes we don't look at each other. We just use our ears. And we just vibing. Like vibes fall out. And that's this new album, the new live is coming out. It's basically, we play the song how the song goes, like on the album. But at the end, I told the band, anybody hear something, just go. Just play. And we just going to improv. It's straight up improv. So the end of each song, all the songs are like 7 minutes. Because somebody heard something at the end. And a lot of it was Eddie Brown. He was just on fire that night. We just found a groove somewhere. And we would just fall into it. So that's the conversation.
Right.
And when people hear it, they're going to think that we rehearsed. And we didn't. I mean, we rehearsed the songs. Right. But after the song, when we just fall into something, that's literally just vibe. And
I love that.
We're
it's just so
conversating. That's actually a real word now.
Yeah.
We're conversating.
Yeah. Oh, and then I wanted to talk about your jam that you have that I still haven't been to. But I always see on Instagram, like, everybody's there.
Yeah.
So basically you have a jam in your house, and it's like January 1st every year. But there's no invitation. Everybody just knows. And I always see that on Instagram. I'll be like, oh, they're having that party again, you know? Like, everybody just be posting it.
Yeah. And people forget. They're like, man, I want to come. I'm like, just come. Now I tell them, they think I'm being funny, but I'm like, just put it in your phone, January 1st.
January 1st, New Year's Day at 8 p.m.
Ain't no time. It's like, like 5 or 6.
Oh, shit. Okay,
I'll tell people 5 or 6, and then they roll in around whenever.
And then is it like food? Like bring food and stuff? Yeah, because I'll bring food. Yeah, I love potluck.
But I also have somebody cooking every year. So my friend, we just go in the morning shopping. She's like, what do you want? Definitely like spaghetti, some chicken, fried chicken, some jerk chicken, some wings.
Oh, I love jerk
We'll just
chicken.
go buy it, and she'll just cook all day. When stuff is running out, she'll just start cooking again. But also people bring food, drink, desserts.
Nice.
It's a hang.
Yeah, that's cool. Damn. Okay.
I don't even know how long I've been doing it now.
Really?
Maybe 15 years or something.
What? Really? Damn, that's a long time. Yeah. Damn, 15 years.
And
no wonder.
My family used to do it back in New York. Every year we'd go to my uncle's house in Yonkers, and he had an organ in his living room. He had not his living room, in his basement. He had a B3. So my whole family plays because all of my cousins, aunts, uncles, they're pastors. So all of their kids end up being the musicians.
In the church, in New York.
So everybody, like, the organ from the morning till night, as soon as one person get up, another cousin get on. And they can all play.
That's so sick. Oh, my God. What's it like growing up in a family like that?
And then everybody starts singing. Yeah, it's just everything.
Yeah.
So that's where I got the concept from at my house. I was like, just come through. We'll have food. And the same thing at my uncle's, potluck.
Nice.
Everybody was known like
and
one.
And then everybody just rotates, gets on this instrument, that instrument.
Literally, it's all day.
It's sick. Okay, so I did want to talk about your daughter too, because you produce music for your daughter as well.
Not really.
No,
she does it herself.
She does it herself. Okay.
She finds the beats from. I did teach her, and then her name is Morgan, by the way, Morgan Campbell.
Yes, Morgan Campbell on Instagram.
Morgan C. Official.
Morgan C. Official on Instagram.
Yeah, so in the beginning, she just grew up being around me, like going to rehearsals, especially at church. Because, she lived in the Inland Empire, so like an hour or so away. I would have her on weekends, and we rehearse at church on Saturdays.
Oh, right.
So I would get her Friday, have rehearsals. So she was always sitting there just like, or playing with the other kids, playing with the other kids and stuff. Just doing whatever. She always had an iPad, so she'd be playing. I didn't think she was paying attention. One day she just hopped on the drums and could play a beat. And I was like,
well, I mean, when you come from a family, your whole family, like your family coming from this church and everybody's playing like that, you growing up with it, and she's going to grow up with it, and probably her kids are going to grow up with it. Yeah. You just keep it going.
She would come to sessions with me. She's been, like, I used to go to George Duke's house a lot because I worked with him a lot. So some days she would just be with me when I had to go by his house to do something.
Oh, wow.
To the studio. And she'd be sitting there chilling. I did a session once with Stevie Wonder.
Just casually.
It was crazy. It was like he wanted to cut something. So it was a Friday night. I did it. And then that Monday was, I think, Labor Day. So it was a day off. So Morgan, we were at Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, wow.
Riding bikes. We used to rent bikes and ride. And they called like, yo, Stevie wants to know, can you come back? He wants to do something else on that song. I'm like, well, I got my daughter with me. They was like, that's fine. Just bring her. So.
Oh, wow.
So she's in the control room with Stevie. We're out in the live room playing.
Whoa.
I go back inside. They're joking around. She's like hanging with Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of thing. She kind of grew up and then rehearsals, American Idol and Jessica Simpson. I was in the band. I used to tour the summer tours. When they do the summer tours, I did the last 2 or 3 years of American Idol tour. So it would be the top 10 or top 12 finalists.
Oh, that's right. They did a big tour. I remember that.
They would tour every year, every summer.
Yeah.
So she knows all of them because she would come to rehearsal and just be hanging out. And
wow. Yeah.
I used to work with Jessica Simpson for a long time. She used to come to those rehearsals. So she grew up literally just sitting around.
Yeah. So it was bound to happen.
She literally told me that. What do you expect?
What do you expect? Exactly.
Yeah. So
and she does it all too, like you. You do everything.
She got it honest.
She sings and she raps.
She produces.
I really like her lyrics because I saw her music on Instagram, and I really like her lyrics. And I comment, I was like, I really like these lyrics. They were I forgot what the song was about.
The newest one, having it my way is the name of it.
Right. I really like that.
She's about uplifting,
poetic,
and she's about uplifting people. She's on some real
that's my vibe,
high frequency thing, and so that's what she's writing about, and she's really like that, like all the time. Her frequency.
Oh, good.
Or if somebody's around her that she don't feel it, she'd be like, "Nah, I'm cool." On
she's
like,
out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
she
good.
Don't play.
Wow.
So that's how she writes. Yeah. On my album, the song she wrote, and she was 17 maybe when she wrote it, is some people might just be here for a season. It's called Season.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
She's like kind of wise beyond her years. Yeah.
So does she have an album coming out? Your daughter?
No, well, she got a whole new thing that she's doing. She's releasing singles right now.
Oh, okay.
And then I think eventually she'll release an EP. She has one album out now.
Huh.
That's on. You can just look up Morgan C.
Morgan C. Yeah, I have her on my Instagram. But on iTunes, yeah.
Yeah, and her original album's out, and she got a couple singles, and that Having It My Way is a new single. So remember how we were talking about the independent thing? She has her whole marketing scheme, how she's releasing stuff. So so it's not a full album, but it's singles right for now.
Yeah. Is she on TikTok too, or?
Yeah, I think it's Morgan C.
Morgan C. Okay, I'm gonna look it up because I love TikTok.
Yeah, Morgan has an E in it. Morgen.
Oh, right, Gordon too.
Yeah.
Gorden.
Yeah.
Morgan and Gordon.
Gotta be different.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So wait, how long have you been in LA then? Because you are from New York and then
New York, Newburgh, New York. I've been here 32 years.
What?
But before I left New York in '89 and went to college at Howard University in DC. And I was there. And while I was there, I met these guys, a group called SHAI. Actually, Chris Dave, the drummer Chris Dave, who played with Mint Condition, and he was going to do SHAI, but he got Mint Condition. Like literally the same week. We left school at the same time.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I was in school for a while. Then I got the SHAI gig. They moved to LA and they brought us out here. We rehearsed here for like a month or so. And then we toured all of 1993. So I've been here since 93.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. And then I actually got an apartment, like an actual legit, because I was, at first they were putting us up whenever we were here to rehearse. They would just, and even when we had a week off, they would just bring us back to LA and put us at the Oakwood apartments or, So we had a car, and that's how I started meeting people. But I actually technically got my apartment right here in North Hollywood in 1994. So that's when I actually got a place. But I was here all in 93, so that's why I count that as a year. I was here.
Damn, time flies.
Yeah.
Because that's 30. Wow.
Yeah, 32.
That's insane. Okay, so then you went to Howard, and what was your major at Howard? Like your music, right?
Yeah, jazz studies.
Okay,
I was jazz studies major.
Okay.
But I marched in marching band, played with a couple different gospel choirs on campus. I did everything, even in high school. Anything music.
I was going to say, when was the first time you picked up an instrument? Like, some people start young.
I was 5.
Oh, wow, that's young.
They told me I was 5. I don't even remember. They have a picture of me. I got a drum set when I was 5 for Christmas. One of the ones with the paper heads. I broke them the same day.
Really? Oh, with the paper heads? Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't even remember. They told me. They was like, they have a picture. They said, you woke up before we did on Christmas Day and saw the little toy kit. My church was literally next door. My grandfather's church was next door to our apartment. And so I could already play the drum. So they got me a little toy kit for Christmas. And it has the paper heads. I don't even know if they make them like that no more. Like actual paper.
Actual paper.
And I woke up and saw it. So I started beating on them. But my parents were still asleep. So they took the sticks away. So I couldn't play. And my bad self went and found some hangers. This is what they told me. Some regular wire hangers. Because I wanted to play. I didn't care if they were asleep. And I played and the hanger went right through the paper. So I broke them literally the same day.
Oh, that's
Christmas
funny.
Day.
So you
so
was
I've been playing. Yeah. And then organ, probably 6 or 7. I mean, I always mess around piano because my whole family plays. Yeah, my whole family plays. So I would always. But then organ, my uncle Cleve showed me my first how to play get through a church song.
Okay.
In A flat, and from there, I started messing around, and then. Probably by junior high school, actually 7th or 8th grade, my uncles were in and out of church. Sometimes they'd be there, sometimes they wouldn't. So they knew I played a little bit, and they were like, "Yo, you have to play."
Right.
And I'd be like, "No, I don't know how to play the pedals." And back then, it was no bass and guitar. In my church, it was organ and drums. That was it. So if you're on an organ, you got to play the pedals and you got to play the chords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I just did it until I figured it out.
Right. It's so different than just regular piano.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I prefer organ. I love the organ.
Really, you prefer? Yeah. I can see that.
Half of my Instagram is like organists. Like I like watching their videos.
Right.
I'm watching and like trying to learn what they're doing.
It's a skill.
But it's a sound to it that's like It's crazy.
It's like a spiritual thing for me. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. That's crazy. So so when you went to Howard and you majored in jazz studies, and then what was after college like? What was like the first time where you felt like, oh shit, it's like, you know, the big break, or like
SHAI,
the
that SHAI gig.
Okay,
that was
SHAI.
It.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, Chris is a prodigy. Like I don't know if you know Chris.
Yeah.
From Glasper and Adele, and he was in Mint. So we were in school together. He's a year younger than me, but we were all, you know, we're the drummers, so we were hanging around, whatever. He's a prodigy, so everybody called Chris. It was like, and I get it.
Yeah, I see him at NAMM sometimes.
Yeah, and Chris is dope. So I actually was learning from him because I didn't play jazz growing up. I just played church and like high school marching band kind of. I wasn't into straight ahead jazz till I got to DC, till I got to Howard. So he was schooling me on a lot of stuff. So anyway, he was supposed to do the SHAI gig, but he got Mint and he left. And that's when he was like, "You're going to have to do SHAI because I'm going to Minneapolis." And so that was my big break coming to LA. And I was already playing. I was already doing like certain records, especially in DC. I was playing in bands, and if artists came to town and they needed a band, people would call me to do that. So I was already playing kind of professionally, but my big tour, like arenas, where I had my own drum tech and that kind of thing, that was SHAI. That was 93.
That's interesting.
The break. Yeah. And then from there, once you get in the mix, you just start meeting people and meeting more people and more people. And then I was like, all right, I got to move to LA. So the next year, I was like, out here.
Yeah. Do you think it's better? Like, do you think there's more things to do in LA or New York? In LA, right?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Like, you're trying to do Broadway and probably some straight ahead jazz. Probably, I would say New York City. But everything else, like, this is what I tell people living in LA. In 1 week, I can do TV show. Like, I was doing a Masked Singer for a while. I can do a TV show. I can do a jazz album. I can do a funk thing. I can do a party at Eddie Murphy's house. I can do, it's so many different things that I can do. And I do, you know, that's why I have this studio. It's like worth me having it because I'm always recording for people. Sometimes I'm making a beat for somebody. It could be anything.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, LA is just wide open in terms of options. And a lot of the gigs that I got is because I just was in town or I just went by somebody's rehearsal and they saw me like, "Hey man, can you do this?" You know, I don't even want to say how many gigs I got from going by Center Staging, which is a rehearsal place in Burbank.
I know,
Just going over there to say what's up to people. Like my homie, "Yo, we up here, stop, pull up." I go over there and they see me, and by one gig I went and they had a drummer. He was a young guy. And they called me that night. Like, "Yo, can you come do it?" I'm like, "Yo, nah, the homie." And it was like, "Well, he's still in high school and he's busy. He's like overplaying. We got to get somebody else." And I, you know, for me, I don't want to get in the middle of somebody losing a job. But they were going to get rid of him. And I ended up doing that gig.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Excuse me. But it was literally because I just live around the corner. I just went by to say what's up. And by that night, they was like, "All right, can you come tomorrow?"
Oh, wow.
So a lot of gigs I did Jay Leno so many times just because they knew I lived in North Hollywood. Like, "Yo, just come to Center Stage." And, you know, I've done everybody from Beyonce to Herbie Hancock to Christina Aguilera. Everybody. Like one quick rehearsal and and next day you're at Jay Leno.
Right.
But a lot of it had to be because I'm right here.
Yeah. It's just like, because everything's here. It's a music zone.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I got friends that was like, I got buddy pass. And, you know, if you're married with kids and something, you can't just up and leave. And especially now, California is super expensive. I didn't have any kids. I was just chilling. So I was already out here. I was 21, 22.
Oh dang.
And I was just out here working like, and I'm East Coast all the way, so I'm hustle mode. Like I ain't turning nothing down.
Right. Yeah. Things are just you just have it in your blood out here.
Like let's go. Who's next?
Just dominate.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dreamgirls though. So you did. I took a video of this. I'm gonna put it in the video.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
So tell me more about what you did, like exactly.
So I played drums on the Dreamgirls on the movie, the one with Jamie Foxx, Beyonce
and Jennifer Hudson. Yeah.
Yes. What's funny is when I was at Howard, we did I think 3 years of Dreamgirls, like full production, because the fine arts department, they have acting, they have dancing, it's everything, music, art, photography. So their musical theater department is big. Like Taraji was in it, Taraji P. Henson.
Right.
Anthony Anderson was in it. It's a lot of actors that's out now that went through Howard Fine Arts. Debbie Allen and Felicia Rashad. What's the other one? She played in Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I forget, but there's a lot of big name Hollywood stars that went. So anyway, they would do big productions, and I ended up playing drums for the production.
Oh, okay.
So, and I had to read the book. Like, the book is like that thick of Dreamgirls. So I already knew it. When they called me to do the movie, and this is another thing, just the same thing. Living in L.A., my homie was working with the Underdogs, and he was like, Carl Gorden. They didn't know I already knew the show already.
Yeah.
So they would play it in the session. I would listen one time, look at the chart. Need to hear it again? You need to make... I'm good. And I go cut it, like 1 or 2 takes.
Wow.
So they were amazed that I could, like, I'd never told them, like, actually know these songs already.
You were ready.
But, yeah, so I was able to play. And then the way these work, you just go record. And that's it. You never, nobody ever says, well, not ever, but a lot of times, you don't know if they kept your stuff or not. So I asked the engineer because I think they did, and I am telling you, probably a couple different producers. They went through different people recording it, trying to find... So you never know which song they kept. So I asked the engineer. He said they kept everything you played on.
Oh, wow.
So I'm on almost... That's why I was able to get that plaque. I played on almost the whole movie.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got to shout out, Harvey Mason played on some, Teddy Campbell, Tony Moore, and Ricky Lawson. Rest in peace, Ricky. Played a couple, but everything I played on all the interludes, like the opening song. I'm on, like, I counted like maybe 9 songs in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Something like that, yeah.
Damn.
But I had to ask the engineer. I had to, like, yo, what did they keep that I played on? He was like, they kept everything you played on. So that felt great.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And, like, if they didn't, I feel like you would have heard it. They don't really call you and tell you. You just got to buy the record. So I actually bought the CD. If you bought the record and then you heard it and you were like, hey.
Yeah. So this is the thing I was mad about with that.
Yeah.
Because we're always like 1 or 2 little things away from your break of people seeing it and knowing that's you, and now they call you because they know you played on that song or that record. The way they credited everybody on this, they didn't do song by song. Most time they'll go song, like Move On Out of My Life, drums, Gordon, bass, Jimmy. Yeah, so you never really know what songs they kept you on. The way they credited it, they just didn't do song by song. They did at the end, they put bass players, and they named all the bass players that contributed to it. Drummers. So nobody knows what song I played on. It's just they see my name if they look at the credits. Which is a thing of the past now almost. Like, it's like people don't even read credits because nobody really posts them. But back then, it was like, that's how you get your next thing. People read credits. Producers will read it and be like, I like whoever played on that.
I think it's still a thing.
A little bit, but you got to, like, search it now. It ain't like right in front of you.
Oh, that's true.
Because nobody's really buying.
For that, right? You can go to.
Yeah, but you got to go to the website to find it, as opposed to back in the day when you had to buy a CD or a record or whatever.
And then you could just
open up the paper. Exactly.
That's old school. Yeah.
So and back in the day, reading album covers, you just flip it to the back of the album cover, and that's what I did growing up, looking at records, seeing who played on what and.
Right, yeah.
Now, for us, because we're music geeks, we're going to Wikipedia it or some kind of way to figure out.
It. Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, that was a good thing. It took us like a month.
When was that, actually? Like, what year?
I don't know. 2000 and something.
It feels like it was just yesterday, but
yeah, it was early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have to look it up, because I don't even remember.
Because I was living in New York. I don't think it was when I was living in New York. I think I had already moved to LA and then it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was around 2008 or 2009.
I was gonna say 2008.
Yeah, I think it was.
Honestly,
yeah. I know, right? It feels like it was just yesterday, though.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
crazy.
remember.
It's crazy time flying.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I noticed that you've worked with Miles Davis.
He died when I was in college because he used to come to DC all the time. Mm-hmm. And he died. I remember it was 1991. I got to college in '89,
really?
So I never got a chance to see Miles live.
Yeah.
And his drummer at the time was Ricky Wellman, who's really the father of go-go drumming in D.C. So he's a D.C. legend. And then, so I really wanted to see Miles, and I just never got a chance to see him. But D.C. is a good town. I saw like Chick Corea Electric Band. I used to go to a spot called Blues Alley and see everybody, like from Nancy Wilson, Wynton Marsalis, just everybody.
Yeah.
Whoever was around. That's why I love D.C. too. It's just a big city, but
I heard, I've never been there. I used to live in New York, but I've never been to DC. That's crazy. I heard it's like a music town. Yeah,
it is.
I know a lot of people from there too.
Yeah,
that moved
it's
down
music
to LA.
everywhere.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
That's really where I cut my teeth on really playing in front of people. I mean, I did growing up, but I came. Newburgh is a small city, so most of the stuff it would be in the city. But then the church denomination, Church of God in Christ, I used to go to all the conventions. So those are big thing, millions of musicians, thousands of musicians from everywhere. So like Spud, I know Spud, like Doobie Powell, Lil John Roberts, all of us literally met going to the conventions. We were little kids, but we were already playing. So so I was out playing, but DC just where I was like, that's where I really started making money. Like I didn't have to call home to borrow money anymore. I'm a college student.
Okay, yeah.
So I started
and then you were like, okay, I got a flow going over here and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where I learned, too. The band that I played in, one of the main bands I played in, the saxophone player, Larry Seals, used to school me, like, to the point where I wanted to quit.
Really?
Because afterwards, he was like, man, do you realize that every time you do a fill, you speed up, and then you slow back down? Like, stuff that I didn't think about, and I didn't hear it. Or every time, and he's a sax player, so he's like, yo, in the beginning of my solo, break it down. Like, listen, don't overplay over me. You're not leaving me any space to be creative in my solo.
Yeah, right.
So that kind of stuff is where I really learned and really sat there and like, yo, this is not just banging. This is like really thought out, and it's vibes, and you got to feel the vibes, but you also have to have a method to your madness.
Right, exactly.
And I've been told a lot that I'm super musical in my playing. It's because of people like that talking to me, get conversations. It goes full circle.
Yeah.
Telling me like, bro, like you gotta, one time there's a snare called piccolo snare. It's thin like that, so it's really high pitched. And I wanted a piccolo because that was hot back then. I saved all my money. I went and got it. I brought it to the restaurant where we were playing at, a little club called TJ Remington's in Silver Spring. And I'm thinking it's cracking. Afterwards, Larry was like, hey, let me holler at you real quick. I'm like, uh-oh. He said, don't you ever bring that snare in this little place ever again. Every time you hit it, people are going like that. It's too loud. Like, don't bring, I know you got another snare. Don't ever bring, and he made me think. Certain drums fit certain gigs. They don't all, every drum ain't for every song or every style of music.
Oh, that's true.
So you got to think. Like, you can't just be randomly... and that's what I think made me be able to work so much, and people still call me because I just think, like, I just use my brain.
Right, yeah.
Like if this is that type of gig, okay, I can't use a piccolo on that. If it's a gospel gig where it's like all high energy, I mean, nobody plays piccolos anymore, but I'm just saying that high pitch, like if I'm doing gospel, I tune my snare up higher. If I'm playing like American Idol, I probably have multiple snares, but it's usually lower because it just fits more styles of music. So you got to think when you're doing this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's true. Even different genres and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got to fit the style.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever like done any type of music like Spanish music type thing? It's like a big thing. Like I'm really into it right now.
Like who? Like
Peso Pluma.
I don't know that.
Pluma?
But
You don't know Peso Pluma? Okay, I have to put you on to.
I know. Suavemente.
Oh my God, that's it.
Suave.
Yeah.
So I play with a couple groups. I play with DW3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're Mexican actually, but they do soul music. Most of their music is like R&B.
I love them. Yeah.
But every once in a while they'll do some.
I saw some of your videos on Instagram of DW thing. Right?
Really?
You have some. Yeah. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
And then a lot of my friends are Hispanic, so they do Latin stuff. Mm-hmm. It's funny. My friend Oscar Cartaya and Carlos Roggerman and Richie Garcia, Rowland Garcia, and Udo. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I'm the only non-Spanish speaking person in the band. So the whole time rehearsals and stuff, so I'm like, all right, I got to get my Duolingo on. I speak a little Spanish. Growing up in New York, told me about that I speak a little Spanish. I got the app too. But at any rate, so I'm around them. So I do some like more Latin. Yeah. Uh-huh. And it's funny because I asked, like, why do y'all call me when there's so many killer Latin players? They were like, because when we do the R&B stuff, they're not as solid playing pocket as you are playing the Latin.
That's why I brought it up. Yeah. It's like, definitely, there's a lot of things that you miss when you just stick with that one genre.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're with reggaeton, too.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like only so far you can go with it and stuff. And like, it's like more about lyrical content, I feel like, you know, what they're saying and stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what do you feel about that? Because, like, I mean, it's just... What's your favorite genre, like, ever? Mine is classical. Just because I love the root of everything.
Two. Gospel, because that's just where I came from. That's just your soul,
yeah.
And that's what I feel the most. When I'm playing gospel, like, when you feel it.
The butterflies.
Like, almost like you want to cry sometimes, because it's like that. But then after that, I have to say jazz fusion, like George Duke, his fusion stuff, like Chick Corea.
Okay.
Anything Vinnie Colaiuta's playing on, the stuff like the Steve Gadd with Chick back in the day, Mahavishnu Orchestra, Frank Zappa, like real jazz fusion. That's my thing. Like,
I like that.
So, but definitely I would have to say gospel is number one, hands down.
Gospel's number one, yeah.
But then after that, fusion.
I feel like if you don't know gospel, or if you don't listen to it at all, or you're not into it, I don't know, like, it's something about it. I feel like it's the root of everything else. But people would say that blues is the root. It just depends on what you're
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Gospel is blues.
Right.
The only difference is one is singing about Jesus Christ and God, and the other is singing about my baby just left me but the music is the same.
The music, yeah.
Yeah, I actually taught at MI. I taught a course. It was a gospel drumming course. And the cats came in thinking they were going to learn just gospel chops. And no, I was teaching the history.
Teaching the root, yeah.
So from when the enslaved Africans got off the boat, they took our drums away. Because they figured out that we could play rhythms and that would communicate. But they split families up. You couldn't speak your native tongue. And they knew the drums. They didn't know what it was doing. They knew it was doing something. Like if we play a rhythm like... that might mean we about to revolt and kill all these mofos. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that. So they took the drums away. So from that, they were hand clapping. You know, it was a whole long history. But out of that they would be in the fields working. They would sing spirituals and work songs where somebody would lead. And from that's where blues, jazz, gospel, everything came from that. Everything American, pretty much.
Right.
Not classical music, but anything else. Blues, rock and roll, jazz, gospel, hip-hop, R&B. Everything literally came from that.
Yeah.
You can trace all the roots back to that. Back to them in the fields picking cotton and singing. And there's video. I mean, there's audio of it. You can hear them actually singing.
Right.
And they would say different things that would mean say one thing, but it would literally have a different meaning. You know, and that's where it came from. So once you start learning history, you kind of learn all of it, and then we all gravitate towards one style of music or a couple styles of music. But if you know the history, then you can always appreciate, like, from New Orleans Second Line to freaking Fight the Power to James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud, to freaking Bobby McFerrin, to all of that stuff. It's all literally... It's
linked, yeah.
It's all connected.
It plays a really big role in being free, like, eventually, and evolving out of that, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like it's like God takes over and something in you comes out and you're like, this is the music, and then from there that you become free, you know, through that.
It's the spirit.
It's the spirit, yeah. It's so crazy, man.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah.
I love talking about it too.
I know, me too. We can talk music all day, every day.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The sad part, and a lot of times, a lot of African Americans didn't get credit for the stuff that they did. Like we were talking about Elvis the other day.
Thing, yeah.
I saw a video where they asked Ray Charles what he thought about Elvis, and he's like the king of rock and roll. Mm-hmm. He said, I don't think about him. He said, this might get me in trouble, but you know, he just copied what we did. He just happened to be white. He literally copied. He didn't create none of that.
None of it. Yeah.
And there's a guy, I forget his name at this point, that Elvis just literally took his whole style. He would do the demos. And like,
of course, yeah.
And Elvis just literally copied him singing. Is another guy that's doing it.
So that swag, that Elvis swag, it wasn't actually him.
No,
he got the mannerisms from.
I mean, you got to have a little something to pull it off.
Right.
But it wasn't created by him, and the person that actually created that, a lot of times they don't get credit.
They don't. Yeah.
So that's kind of like, all right, bro, like, yeah.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I fucking hate shit. Don't get me started on that shit. I fucking hate it so much.
Yeah.
Like, cause I never really, I don't know, but I will say now things have been so different. Like nowadays, it's like more free, and people can like do a lot of things that they couldn't do back then. Like they had to like go through it in order for people to be free now.
Yes.
Artists now that have no clue how free they are.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I know your daughter knows, though. I'm sure you're teaching her,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just, like I said, she grew up around it, just watching it, so she gets it. What's funny is she gets more mad than me, like, because she has some friends now because of social media. They don't even really like music. They just do rap or something to blow up, to go viral. And they end up blowing up and being huge stars. And my daughter, she hates it. She's like, that's whack. They're not even really in it for the right reason. They just trying to get... I'm like, but that's just life. Everybody ain't always,
some of them are just like really big influencers, and they're like, oh, let's just go to the studio, like, and they can do it. And
it's
they can
do the influencer's world at this point.
And,
yes.
They can make it happen, and they don't really even need to sing. Like,
no.
I mean, no, like to sing. As a craft, as a, it's.
And a lot of them don't even care to get better at it. They just.
Exactly. They just care about
and
then,
just enough for people to like it.
And what are your thoughts on like how you said about your daughter, how she's about the frequencies and whatnot? What are your thoughts about like that, like the frequencies that we're being trained, like they're training so many things for us to think like this?
Yeah.
I would even say with the Spanish music too, they're training. But that's another story.
I think technology, this is my third time this week talking about this. Technology handicaps us a little bit because we just rely on technology. Like we know we can just, even recording wise, recording my record from working with George Duke and a lot of older people in the studio, I saw how they did it. And then listening to records, and then at some point, like Stevie Wonder stuff, people start, making stems, so you can actually open up the session from the original, and it's sloppy as heck.
Right.
But we loved it. So the vibe is sloppy, but with technology, you can perfect everything. And to me, it takes the soul out of the music.
The whole purpose is to
feel
edit less.
Yeah, but
like
but you can edit more in Pro Tools or Logic. You can edit to like where it's perfect. And on my album, I was like, no, if it feels good, I know I can play it better than that. I know I can perfect it, but I'm leaving it because it feels good.
Yeah.
And most people will try to perfect it as opposed to just leaving it, So I think technology sometimes handicaps us and takes it's almost like AI. It's like taking the soul out of stuff.
It really is, yeah.
At some point, and it's cool. I like it. Like I use it too. I use Auto-Tune. I use all of it. I use Chat GPT. But because I'm a little older, I appreciate both. And I don't ever want to take the soul out of it. But AI and all that. And they could copy soul too. It could copy it, make it feel real, almost authentic. Yeah. But it's still nothing like just a human being.
Just a human being.
Breathing, playing, or whatever they're doing, reading, or whatever it is. So.
And then when you're playing the big venue, like what's the biggest venue you've ever played? It's or maybe festivals. Have you done festivals?
Yeah, Rock in Rio.
Oh,
that was almost
Neyo.
100,000 people.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I did another one. Was it Chattanooga? I think it was Chattanooga. That was like 100,000 people too.
Damn.
I can't remember. This is with SHAI back in the day. I mean, you couldn't see where the people ended. It just kept going and going.
So for something like that,
too.
but back then they weren't doing all the big like editing and stuff that they're doing now, like Pro Tools and all that.
Nah.
So that's
we had a drum machine with
nice.
SHAI in '93. We had an MPC 60, and it had all the tracks from the record, all the drum tracks, and it might have had some background vocals on the sampler, and that was pretty much it. There was no computers yet.
Wow.
There were no personal computers yet, and there were no in-ears or none of that. So it wasn't like a click in your ear, no count off. Nowadays, I almost call it cheating. There's slates in there, like Bridge. Like, it talks you through the whole song. Like, I could do a gig without rehearsal if I just listen to the slate.
Right.
But back then, there was no in-ears. So everything was monitored. So they couldn't have a slate in the monitor.
nice.
You just had to memorize it.
Do you think there's anything like that still going on? Because I like at any of the big concerts. Yeah?
You mean just people really just playing?
Yeah. Like, like Prince, he's always A1.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not opposed to using clicks and stuff. Because we still use them. We use. I do both. I like both.
It does sound good.
It sounds
I wouldn't say
fuller.
better, but yeah, like
it sounds
when
full.
you
Like
have
all
that many people. Like,
all the elements from the album, you want to have all of them. And me being a producer, even like on my live that's coming out, we played to a click. So there's certain elements that we couldn't pull off live, but I didn't have that many people. That I just pulled them in from my album. So when you hear the live, you might hear another line like that. These are little secrets, but I took them from my album because I wanted to hear that. I produced it, so I know all the sounds on every single song. So if it's not there, it feels like it's missing.
Oh, gotcha.
So long as we play the click,
yeah.
long as we play the click, I can pull those little or whatever. I can pull them in, and they line right up.
Yeah. Well, dang. Okay, so when is this coming out?
I don't have a date yet because I'm getting my business together, but it's close. I think my birthday is in May. I want it to come out by May. So it's not May, June, right around there, because I'm really going to market it and take my time. I'm doing it independent this time. Last time I had a label, so I just had to turn it into them, and then they gave me the date. They're going to release it. And this time, it's like all on me.
This sounds so genius. Okay, so is it going to be, it's going to be a live, like a movie kind of thing, right? Like a play, or is it, I'm trying to visualize.
I don't know if I showed you any of it, and I don't know if I can show you on the thing.
No, probably not. But yeah,
when
you
we're
should
done, I'll
definitely
show you.
Me. Yeah,
it's just 10 separate songs.
What it would be.
Have you ever seen like Snarky Puppy? When they do it's a full concert, but they release each song separately. So each song is a separate video. So it's 10 songs. It's 10 videos, and when you click on Conversations Live, a playlist will come up with all the songs. So it's not like one long concert video. It's like 10 separate videos.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and you just click on whatever song you want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll be on my YouTube page.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
So it's broken up basically into separate videos.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I was thinking Broadway. I was like, is it Broadway? Is it? Yeah. I didn't know if it was like gonna be like this, because I was thinking maybe you could do that actually. Like eventually make.
I got other ideas that I can't
say yet.
Saying?
Yeah,
that's about to be crazy.
Too much of the stuff,
but I got some other
Nice. Yeah.
And that's where I think too, like because there are other groups out like Glassbird, Snarky Puppy, Ghost Note, Chris Dave and the Drumheads. I got to figure something out that's gonna make me stand out, not just my songs.
It's gonna be Gorden.
It has to be something where people want to buy a ticket to come see us. So that's where I'm getting at, trying to find what that thing is gonna be.
And then everything, and then your daughter, so. Damn.
And she worked now. She does sing with me in my band. When I'm playing, I usually have her come sing. At least one or two songs.
Oh. Well, shit. I'm going to come to some of the shows then, for sure.
You better come to some of the shows.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, when I saw you at Randy's house, I was like, wow, he really is a man. And then I looked you up, I was like, this guy, you just work with everybody. I was like, he's the man.
Thank you. I don't know.
But yeah.
But I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here.
Who is like, did you ever meet Prince? I always ask.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so what's your Prince story? Everybody has a Prince story.
I don't really have a story. Like nothing actually happened. So I've been around him a few times. I played with Sheila E. once. And
oh,
Prince,
that's your girl. She's on your album as well.
Yeah, she was on the album too.
She's
she's like family. Her whole family, the Escobedos, are so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another thing, just being out here, hanging around, all of my friends play with her. Mm-hmm. So over the years, they call Gorden, and I do a random gig here or there, So I was never her actual drummer, but we just became cool. And then her brother, Peter Michael, used to MD the Wayne Brady show. And a bunch of different shows. He's a bad drummer too. He can play.
Yeah.
And a great musical director, Peter Michael. But so I've worked with them on different things, and if they have an event, I'm there. So I know moms, pops, Zena. I know the whole family. You know what I mean? So one year I played with Sheila, and it was Prince's birthday. And every year for his birthday, he would do a week of concerts at Paisley Park in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. So he had her come do a show. So that was was that the first time I was around him? Probably the first time I was around him.
Oh, okay. So you went to Paisley.
Yeah, so he was around. It was funny because at this point he's Jehovah's Witness, so there's no meat nowhere in Paisley Park.
Oh, okay. When was this?
It was tofu. I don't know. I've been getting years mixed up. Maybe
I can't believe
2009, 10.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't believe it's been that long since he passed away.
It might have even been before that. I know my years by what tours I did, but all them like little gigs like that in between, I can't keep track of what year.
It's so hard, yeah.
Now the tours I did, I know what year. Like American Idol, I did 2010, 2012, 2013.
I can't believe it's still going, American Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. They had stopped for a year or two, and they came back. But like from '93, I did SHAI. '94 was Lalah Hathaway, Gerald Albright. 95, but actually 94 to 96, I was with Gerald and Layla mostly. I was doing Brownstone, I was doing Rasan Patterson. Like every single year, I could tell you, all right, I was doing this tour that year, Jessica Simpson, 2004, 2005, Neyo, 2006.
Oh, damn.
Like, I know the years that, because the tour, you rehearse for, a few weeks, and you're out for a few months or for the whole year working with that artist. So those are easier to remember, but like them one-off type things.
Right, like Paisley.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big thing to go to Paisley, but.
So did you get close to him? You were just like.
I can't remember. I think he might have came up. And he's actually, I did a gig at his house because he always used to have parties. He used to live up here in Beverly Hills and Bel Air and stuff.
Oh, and, really? Okay.
My friends used to play his parties like every night. This night, my friend Frank McComb was playing. And he would use Frank all the time. And Frank asked me to play, so we were there. And then his band played, and my friend Cora Coleman and Josh Coleman were in the band. We're in Prince's band, so they played after us. So that day, and then he was just sitting there like, is that around his pool at his house? And everybody, it was BET weekend, so everybody was in town. Like that party was lit. It was all celebrities.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there. Wow.
So he was sitting on the edge of the stage. By the time we got done, he was up on stage with us, like playing guitar with us. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever actually shook his hand, but I actually been like right there, or he's been on stage. He played.
Well, you got to play with him.
Yeah, so I've been around.
That's amazing. I feel like there's nobody else gonna be like him. Like we're never gonna see that greatness ever again. Like in my opinion, I just feel like my whole world just like. I've just been such a big Prince fan my whole life. Really? Yeah, like big time. And then my whole world just changed. But that's a different video.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius. Yeah. But no, thanks so much though for doing this for me. I really appreciate it. It's been a while since I interviewed somebody and stuff, but you just have so much shit going on, man. It's crazy, right? And I love your studio too. It's
thank you.
Cool, yeah. Maybe you could play me some music and then I can film it or something.
For sure.
I like this.
So this is a new line.
Put your hands on it, yeah, you. Put your hands on it, yeah, you.